Hello, my freedom friends. Misty Carlfeld here. I have a call to action today, and it's super important. We know that the governor is wanting to have us vote by mail and not at the polls. So I've been giving this some thought, doing a little research, talking to some friends, and we've got an idea for you. Do you want to vote in person? I mean, it just makes sense to me. Hi, Lorena. Makes sense to me. We're going to vote in person, right? I mean, think about how hard these people have worked to get the recall of Governor Brad Little on that ballot. They've worked really hard, and I hope we're going to see it on the ballot, and I want to, in person, check that box. Not by mail. And of course, he wants to have it by mail so that maybe it won't quite be right. Won't quite be factual. Now, did you guys all vote by mail during the primaries? I got mine, and you had to give the signature on the outside of that envelope. Well, I didn't put my signature as my normal signature because it's on the outside of the envelope and going to be all over the mail, people seeing it, people getting it. Well, what I found out is if they are checking signatures on the outside of the envelope, they're going to discard it. So either I have to send out my signature for all to see with my name and address on it. And yeah, of course I want them to check signatures because that's the only way, but I don't want to put it on the outside of my envelope either. It's just a disaster, vote by mail. I don't want to vote by mail. I want to vote in person. And it only makes sense to vote in person. Let's think about all the places that we go where we stand 6 feet apart from each other and wait to get our groceries, or go to the post office, go to FedEx, go to the pharmacy, whatever it is that you're doing. We're standing 6 feet apart from each other, getting our things, passing by each other in aisles. It's fine. It's totally fine. But for some reason, it's not going to be fine for voting. Come on. Come on, come on. So he wants to hold this special session, and he wants to do something about liability, which is for another video. He wants to release himself and the government and businesses and schools from liability during the pandemic, whatever. That's for another video. Let's talk about the voting issue and what you can do. Because you can do something. Oh, man. Yeah, thanks for that information, Doug. Clark County, Nevada just had 223,000 million primary ballots sent to the wrong addresses. Yeah, there's just too much room for error. And of course, I think our little tyrant is banking on that error, especially when the recall gets on the ballot. So let's do what we can. I'm hearing that one of his excuses for voting by mail is going to be because a lot of the elderly, they volunteer to vote at the polling, don't they? So can you see his argument already? He's going to say, you know, we can't have voting in person. 223,000. Okay, thanks. Yeah. We can't have voting in person because the elderly primarily volunteer to vote at the polling places. Oh, no. We have to take away that argument. Let's head that off at the pass. We all need to, right now, volunteer to be at the polling places. All volunteer. Will you volunteer? Then we take away his argument that the elderly are primarily the ones that are volunteering at the polling places and we can't put them at risk. So let's do our job, you and me. We will get online, and I've got a link for you. I already did that research for you today. There's one link with all of the county's information, so there is no excuse to get on there and find out where your polling place is and what you need to do to be at the polling place and how great is it. I want to be there. Not only do I want to check that box, I want to be there and make sure that our voting is safe, that it is guarded. I would love to do that. So, you know, primarily it's been elderly people, and I thank them for what they've been doing. But, you know, the governor wants to protect our elderly and not have them out there during this pandemic. Well, great. We'll all volunteer. I'll volunteer. I will post the link here That way you all can volunteer in your county, and let's head this off at the pass and not let this excuse even be something. Because you and I will be there making sure our voting is safe. The other thing I wanted to arm you with, you guys, is let's talk about the total deaths. I'm going to arm you with this information today so you feel a little bit more fired up about making sure we protect our right to vote in person by volunteering to work at the polls. Ready? Here's the total death numbers in 2018, 19, and 20. Total death numbers January to June. You ready for this? Total deaths in 2018. January to June, so same amount of months each year. 7,274 deaths. Total deaths in 2018. In 2019, 7,091. So, roughly 200 less deaths in 2019. 2020, 7,079 deaths. So we literally have less deaths in 2020 in the same time frame than 2019 and 2018. So COVID is actually less deadly than regular death. Come on. You're going to tell me with these stats we can't vote in person? Come on. No. We can't stand for this. We must vote in person. We need to protect our constitutional right to vote and not let it be thwarted. With these kind of numbers, there's no justification. And we're going to head this off at the pass. Not let him say that because the elderly primarily are the ones that volunteer, that we can't vote in person. And I will put a link. I'll just edit this post and make sure that the link is up there so that you can click on that. All the information that you need is there. It's the email, the address, your county. Find it and make sure that you volunteer. Death numbers were passed. Yep. Super excited about this because, I like something to do. I don't want to sit around and be a victim. I got to have something to do about it. So I'm excited that I'm putting something in your hands. This is something we can do. And we're working on other things that we can do to put the power back in the hands of the people. So stay tuned. There's more to come. Yeah, I'll put the stats.